Maybe I should have tested this before, huh? Bear with me, guys. So let's say hello to who is in the chat room. We got Philly Superman. We got Huey's Comics. What's up, buddies? Ah, thank you. No echo. I'll have to test that out next time. But yeah, anyways, man, thanks for coming by, guys. Thanks for being patient and helping me out with some audio here. So yeah, I've been pretty busy dealing with the prep for Hurricane Irma at the household here and at work as well. I work in IT support, so I had to take care of all of the IT support of the whole building. So that was a task in itself. But you know, I'm back. I'm definitely went by my LCS yesterday and picked up about, I guess, a month, maybe a month and a half of books. So I'm gonna go ahead and just show off these bad boys to you guys. And you know, I wanted to play that trailer for Venom. Who else we got there? The Uncanny Kyle Walker. Thanks for the sound, good man feedback. And so let me go ahead and show you some of the books that I did get yesterday. It was fun. It was definitely fun going back, man. It's like, you know, when a kid goes to a candy store, it's just, you're like, looking at all the books. He had all these really cool books. So let's go ahead and start off with a couple of DC books here. We got Superman 28. What's he saying? That played in the very beginning. What played in the very beginning? The trailer that I had? I was wondering, were you guys able to hear the audio of the trailer? Because, you know, I don't have a problem running it again. It's like a minute and a half trailer. But here's Superman Rebirth 29. What's up, Gomez? Showed up. I want to say the Legend has his auction running tonight, so hopefully I can get this done quick because I don't want to like overlap on his auction, and I definitely want to check out his auction as well, as I'm sure people who are watching now want to go check out. That's the Great Legend Show. You guys definitely got to check it out if you're not familiar with him. Here's Rebirth Superman number 30. It's the creative team of Champagne, Bennies, Kirkham, Tan Robiero, Mori, and Cho. Yeah, that was easy for me to say. Well, that's number Superman 30. What do we got going on in here as far as the chat room goes? So we got Gomez Comic Collector. We got Philly Superman. The Uncanny Kyle Waka. And yeah, it's looking pretty good in here. We got four people watching. Huey Comics. Thanks for swinging by. And you know I gotta get Super Sons. Here's Super Sons 7. Let me see if I can hold it up on Wells. There you go. That'll work right there, I think. Yeah, that'll work. All right. Action Comics, $9.85. Now remember, guys, I haven't got to my LCS in a little over a month, so you might see a couple that have already been out for a bit. Action Comics, $9.86. And it was so much fun going back there yesterday. I won't lie to you. I walked in there. He had some new books. You know, he runs all the really high dollar books across the wall up close to the ceiling. And I'm like, man, it's just some sweet looking books there. Oh, this was really cool to get. This is Action Comics. You know, Action Comics is fast approaching the 1,000 issue number there. But I guess we're like, what, 13 books away? But here's $9.87. Oz. Pretty cool book. Lenticular cover there. Psyched about that one. So I went ahead and got. Well, let me show you this real quick, guys. So this is how 987 looks. The lenticular cover there. Let me move this over so I could see it better on my end. There you go. And let me click out of this. So you could kind of see how the lenticular color effect, how it shows on the book is pretty sweet, pretty sweet. So, but I'm looking forward to actually the next book as well, which is this one. So that's the lenticular cover of 988. Again, this is not out yet, but you could see how Mr. and Mrs. Well, I should say Superman's father and Superman's mom are seeing him off in his little capsule there, and then Krypton blows up behind them. But if you notice, they show Superman's mom blowing up completely, where his father's, they still kind of show him in a blue kind of background, and they show his bones. So it doesn't really necessarily show Superman's father blowing up as well. So keep that in mind. And actually, I was on the fence about talking about this because I thought it might be a spoiler, but as of the last couple of days, I guess it's no longer a spoiler, so I guess I'll talk about it. So this is the cover they ended up going with for 988. But this was the original cover here, which in my opinion looks as good as the first one. But they both were going to be lenticular covers. Here's 988 as well. So, and you can see how Superman's father doesn't necessarily blow up with his mom. He's like kind of still there. And I think that's probably why they didn't go with this one, because it was just too obvious where they were going with this cover as far as how it plays into the storyline. But here's the original. This is the one they went with. Whereas it's more subtle than obviously this one. This one's not subtle at all. If you look at this one, it looks like Superman's father survived. Well, the funny part of this is that Mr. Oz is actually Superman's father. And this is already out, so it's not like I'm spoiling it for you guys. So Mr. Oz is actually Superman's father, Jor-El. Here's a little article in which one was this? Let me bring it up here a bit. Oh, I forget that I have to work on it from this side. So this is from Comics Nexus, and it's a small little article about the whole Mr. Oz, I guess, spoiler, I guess. It's an article written by John Babos, and I'll read it to you guys real quick. I guess the interview with Dan Jurgens, the writer. So, Action Comics writer Dan Jurgens spoke about the big Mr. Oz identity revelation in Action Comics 987, and teased Action Comics 988. I probably should have put my glasses on for this, but give me a second. So, a clip of the interview goes. So, Mr. Oz was never Ozymandias. We were focusing on Jor-El from the start. Mr. Oz is Jor-El. Yes, the Jor-El, or Superman's father. We explored the idea of Mr. Oz being someone else and came up with some different ideas, but whenever we did so, it became less of a Superman story. Jor-El as Mr. Oz turns into a Superman story, a very different type of Superman story that we've seen before, and that's what excited us. So it continues saying that Action 988 tells the story of what happened to Jor-El from the moment of Krypton's destruction. Through his arrival on Earth, it's a very different journey than the one Kal experienced, and one that will explain a lot of his motivation. The art is incredible. We were blessed to have Ryan Sook lend his talents, and it might well be best things he's ever done. Blah blah blah. Especially when I consider how difficult the story was to draw. So yeah, so his pops is Mr. Oz, and that just changes the whole storyline. If you ever read Action Comics, it just changes the whole storyline that his father was still alive. So I'm interested, the fact that his father is still alive, but I'm interested to see how they put him into the Mr. Oz storyline and what has his father been doing all this time. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. Let me go back to the chat room here, see what you guys are talking about here. So Jack Joe says this Mr. Oz reveal was a world-class dud. Hey, you know what? I haven't read the story, so I wouldn't know what to tell you there, Jack Joe, but welcome to the chat room, and thanks for coming by. So we're going to continue with the rest of my haul here. All right, I'm back. Along the lines of DC, I got to pick up my boy Batman. Here's issue 28. Really? Jack Joe, really? The storyline of Mr. Oz really sucked? I got to read it for myself now. Here's 29 of Mr. Batman. So Gomez agrees on that too, though. All right, well, that's interesting. We'll see what happens. Here's Batman 30. Actually, cool looking cover here with the Riddler all over the place. Oh yeah, we got a full study cast here. We got let's move this over here. Cool looking cover. So Riddler's causing a ruckus. So I was not able to get the Chrome cover, but I went ahead and got this second variant of Dark Knight Metal #2. Stoked about that. And so this would be the second cover. I'm really digging this cover though. I like it. Little Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo goodness here. So I'm psyched about that one. I also got this fourth cover of Dark Knight's Metal #2. Dude, I have a lot of catching up with books here, guys. I totally agree with you, Gomez. Batman is a great, great read. Very cool read. Let me see this. Yep, exactly. That cover with the Court of Owls. So, this one I had to get, guys. Definitely had to get. One of my favorite comic book characters of all time, as I'm sure it is for many of you guys. But, Generations #1. It's the all-new Wolverine one here. I wanted to get the variant covers, but this one looks pretty good. I'm digging it though. So I was reading up on the article before actually buying it myself. Hold on one second. So here's an article put out by Bleeding Cool, the website. And it's an article by Joshua Davidson. And they're pretty much liking it. They gave it an 8.5. Excuse me, they gave it an 8.5. A quick summary says Tom Taylor, artist Ramos Rosana's Color artist Nolan Woodward. Publisher Marvel Comics, of course. It was released. It's out now, obviously. So a quick read through it says James Logan Howlett, aka the Wolverine, is in Japan on the hunt for his daughter Akiko, but the Hand are stopping him at every turn. Thankfully for him, Laura Kinney, his genetic clone, and the all-new Wolverine is here to help. The two track Akiko through hordes of Hand assassins, eventually finding her in the hands of one of Logan's oldest and deadliest foes, the Sabretooth. So it sounds interesting. I haven't read it myself. I just picked it up yesterday, but I mean, Bleeding Cool's giving it an 8.5. So that sounds like it might be interesting. I wanted to get it because I dig Wolverine and I dig X-23. I dig them both, so I just wanted to get it. So if I never get to read it, I'm glad I got the book. So I'm glad I got it. Jack Joe, did it suck? I'm just messing with you, Jack Joe, man. Hold on. Let's see what's happening in the chat room here. It's kind of quiet. So let's keep on with my haul here. We got a Reborn number 5. Again, guys, it's been about a month and a half since I've been to my LCS. So if you see already some familiar covers, that's because they should be. This is a nice thick one here. Reborn 6. We got Old Man Logan, part of the Venomized Villains series here. I'm digging this cover. It's pretty sweet. If I can get it centered and looking good without much of a glare. There you go. How about I just bring it back some? So we got Edge of Venomverse number 4, which to me looks like a venomized Wolverine. And of course, we got all new Wolverine number 23. A few more books, and that's pretty much it, guys. And if I'm going to get 23, I might as well get 24, which I'm really, really digging this cover as well. There you go. That's where I need to hold the books from now on. This one looks like it's... Actually, it doesn't look like it is. It's the 7th cover of Runaways number 1. And this is also a Venomized Villains cover. So this is cover 7 of issue 1 of Runaways. That should be a good... That looks good right there. This one's the next two books are very sexy. Very sexy. We got the Harley Quinn 25th anniversary, the Terry Dodson, whatever how you pronounce the name, Dodson, whatever. Excuse me, I'm butchering his name. Yeah, that variant cover. The Harley Quinn 25th anniversary special. And this one is super duper duper sexy. It is Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. It's a Campbell cover. Actually, I don't even think it's a variant. It's actually the first cover of this book. So that was pretty sweet. I was stoked about finding this J. Scott Campbell cover. I'm sure James from JJ For Real 2 is going to be digging this book. So, yeah. Yep. I'm reading the I'm reading the comics when they pop up here. Now I understand why Legend turns off the he does stuff like this while he's doing his show. He'll come over here and do something like this. He'll just turn off the chat room, which I always think is funny, but because it kind of grabs your attention, and it kind of stops your momentum from what you're doing. But I'm so used to having the chat room on the screen, it doesn't bother me at all. But anyway, I love this cover. Let me see if I can do it any justice. There you go. Look at this sexy beast. So Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. And you know what? I'll probably pick up the first 5 books or something. I just bought it because I think the cover is really cool. And I'm not much of one to buy those super dialed up covers, especially of a character like this. But I mean, I just dug it, so I went ahead and picked it up. You ain't blowing me up, partner. It's all good, man. I appreciate the comments. But that's my haul for the week, man. Well, not for the week, for the month and a half. But I was psyched to get back there, and I'm definitely psyched about the books I picked up. Very, very nice. Very nice. Nice little haul. That's a little month, over a month. But yeah, I'm sorry I haven't really been around, guys. Again, I've been super duper busy, work and home, and believe it or not, the first week that I was gonna do my quote unquote first auction was gonna be the last weekend, which is when Irma hit Florida. So I thought maybe it wouldn't be a good idea to run an auction and Irma knocking on my door. You know what I'm saying? So, but that said, and with work, I had to do a lot of prep for work. Again, I'm in IT support, so I have to take all the IT equipment in my building. So there was a lot of prep before the hurricane, and then the aftermath. So it was a lot of work before and after the hurricane. So I haven't really, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I haven't really had time to promote for the auction. So I don't want to run an auction and there's 2 people in the auction, So I would definitely want to promote it. I want to at least give myself a week to 2 weeks promoting it over all of the social different channels, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, and such. But yeah, so I'm giving myself, I don't want to do the same weekend, or I should say as the Legend does his, which is what? Well, I know it's this Saturday, so if anything, I'm gonna probably do mine in 2 to 3 weeks, the weekend. So I just have ample time to really promote the auction. But I'll be around. I'll definitely do when I start doing promotions for it. You'll definitely see them pop up on YouTube on my channel. So, and if you follow me on Instagram, which is right there, Instagram.com pressing issues. You'll see promotions there as well. And I also have if you follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/comics and stuff 22, you'll see promotions there. But if you see any of my 2 prior previews videos for the auction, it's definitely still going to be books from those long boxes and plenty others. So there's going to be a lot of books to auction. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm glad you guys hung around. Thanks for Gomez Comics Collector. Who else we had in here? Jack Joe, the Uncanny Kyle Wonka, Philly Superman. And who else we had in here? Huey's Comics. Thanks everybody for coming by. I really appreciate it.